Hello everyone, it's Matt with more Jam Sandwich, and this time we're looking at StarCraft Master, which is a mod made by Blizzard. It's a series of challenges which are micro-based. You have to do micro units, and as you can guess, because it's called Masters, some of them get pretty tricky. As I'm a Bronze League, Wood League hero, if I may call myself that, I'm going to say I'm a hero. This is quite challenging for me. So this is like an edited compilation of 50 minutes of me trying to do the first 10. There are 30 challenges altogether. They remind me a bit of the mission mode that's in the vanilla Street Fighter 4, because I had like missions where you had to do certain things. Or they're a bit like the trial mode as well in Street Fighter. But enough comparing it to other games. This is StarCraft. So you have to, this is the first one. You have to micro your Marines, so you micro them as you would in an actual match. If you're a good boy, which is, or girl, I'm not going to be sexist. Not after Aris and the cross-decking thing. Anyway, what the hell am I blabbering on about? So yeah, just ignore me. Here we go. You have to move one Marine and kite the Zealot while the other one shoots it. And this is pretty easy. They start incredibly easy. For anyone who isn't me, these are pretty easy. But for me, they get quite challenging. So I'm just going to show you like a couple of attempts and sort of give you rough tips on how to do them for the best I can. I admit I did watch StarCraft doing these, so that's why I vaguely know what I'm doing. If I didn't know what I was doing, this would have been the highlight from possibly 5 hours of me doing this. But regardless, I get through them anyway. So here we go. Obviously pretty easy, just moving around, set the other guy to attack. Pretty standard stuff for anyone who isn't me. Challenge complete, and then you can go on to the next round, which is obviously a little platform. Nice of Blizzard to make this. It's sort of like the challenge. It's different from the challenge mode that's in the actual game. It's just like an added extra thing, which they didn't really advertise or anything. I'm surprised. I only heard about it from the Reddit and stuff, StarCraft Reddit. That's the little warp feature. You press that to jump ahead to a different level. All you have to go in is that little description there. So this is like Stalkers versus Zealots. So obviously you've got to micro them here and make them go round and stutter step, which I'm not used to doing because as I said, I'm bronze. So this again took me a few goes. But yeah, do them both at the same time and you're fine. Make sure you attack move. So it's like right click then attack move. I sped this up, but it took me ages. You can probably do this in like 2 laps if you're doing it properly, or if you're just better than me, which isn't hard. How many laps do I do? It's about 8? Well, there goes 1. And then that happens. So you have to keep microing them, or else you lose the Stalkers. I thought I had enough life there to just tank the last hit from the Zealot. 1 lap, 2 laps, 3 laps, 3 or 4. 4, 5, 6. That's 7. I've totally lost count. Fuck it. A lot of laps. I like how I managed to damage that one that's now at the back, but because I'm so bad at stutter stepping, he managed to regen his shield, so it took me even longer to do it. And here I've got so much life, it doesn't matter. So there are 3 in-game achievement or challenges. Whatever they are they achievements? To just the in-game achievement challenge things to do on this. There's more than that. I think there's 6. I'm going to say 6. You get 1 for doing the first 10, then 1 for doing 20, then 1 for doing 30. And there's some special ones as well. You get for doing some of the levels without losing units or losing life. And you can also gain a little picture of some Zergling things. A character portrait thing. Anyway, I should probably talk about what's actually going on. Round 3, Zealot Choke. This one you just have to move backwards and hold position and then make them do it. But these last 2 you need to sort of set to auto attack or just keep doing them. Most of these you can do them by just sort of stumbling through. It will take you ages, and obviously the actual skill involved is handy, but I managed to get through them by just practicing. Really good for practicing your micro. There we go. I think that roughly took me 10 goes when I was actually doing it. It would be incredibly boring. I could feign anger as if I'm a nostalgia critic, but I don't think that would work. Focus fire around 4, so these hydras, which I had no idea how to micro when I did this the first time. You have to just shift click on all the zealots to make them attack, and also move them out the way, so that obviously they have to sprint at you, the melee and you're ranged. So if you move the ones on the left a bit further out and move, well, you kind of move the two on the left outwards, from what I've seen, what I can tell, or you can move the ones at the front which are taking damage, so move him out the way, move him out the way. Then you have just enough time to kill them before they can kill you, because you're DPS and obviously your range. So there we go. So I'm stumbling through these and still getting quite a few things left. They get incredibly hard towards the end. The last 20 are a lot harder than these original 10. Round 5. Stalkers versus Spine. Move him into attack, move him out of the way, move him back, and that'll shift. He'll shift the target. He'll start attacking the one that's closer. This again took me a few goes because I'm overly ambitious as to how much life and shield I've got. Even though you cannot take enough. That Spine will beat 2 Stalkers. So you have to, both attack at the start, move him forward, move him back. As long as you do that, you should be fine. And I need a drink because my voice is going. Oh, there we go. If I remember correctly, this one also took me a few goes. It takes some getting used to because the Spines do a lot of damage considering how slow they attack. Zerg's imbo, if you ask me, though. No doubt.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
Just notice how fast the creep spread is on there. Look at how much creep that generates. Wow, really? So yeah, move back, move forward. It can be very rough. I was trying to do it so they have enough shield, but I don't think it's really that necessary. You seem to be able to do it. Well, I don't know. I only just managed that, actually. Ignore that. Just make sure you time it so that it's when you're taking a lot of damage. You could probably do it more times, and that would be better, I think. Round 6, burrow ambush. So you have to burrow. Some of these are timed. I think this one has a time limit. Yeah, it does. It has 1 minute 30, which is way too much. But regardless, you just unburrow, move over there, and they've got the back to you. This reminds me of like Splinter Cell or something, where you have to run from like whenever they turn their back to you. And you're supposed to get a really good surround, as in make sure that you've got lings in front of and behind the Marines, so that they actually get the surround, and that makes it a lot easier. I failed this a couple of times because I didn't get the surround well enough. This one is the one where I get the actual decent surround. Unburrow, go over there. Then tap your fingers while it takes a measurement time, and there you go. There we are, pretty easy. I say pretty easy. As I say, they get challenging, but it's easy to look back and, with hindsight, and claim they're really easy and I'm boss. I did this one first go because I'm amazing at microing a giant walking robot thing with a massive AoE attack against little Zerglings who have melee and have to get close to you. So obviously all you do here is you go up the cliff, down the cliff, and just wipe them out. It really is an easy one. I don't know why it's so late on. I really think Blizzard should make a Colossi lamp, like a death lamp, which actually fires the thermal lance in that sort of arc. I don't know how effective it would be at lighting, but it could be ambient light. The Protoss all have that like blue psionic thing about them. They can make them different colours. I think I'm taking like merchandising lessons from George Lucas or something, but I don't know. I think it would be sick. So satisfying. Just using Colossi to absolutely wreck Zerglings. The animation at the bottom is a bit annoying, but it sort of takes a bit of time. I don't know why it is always Protoss. It's always the Protoss like overlay thing. So this one I wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't watch StarCrafts. You have to find the safe zone between 2 tanks. There is a zone in between the two where they won't open fire. I did this one first go as well because I'm incredible after watching someone else do it. I didn't personally look up how to do it, by the way. I'd already seen StarCraft do this one. I think there's one I had to look up, and that's coming up. And I looked that up and realised that I was doing it correct. I'm just a moron and not very good at it. So yeah, that one, as long as you're... Well, you can do that way better than me. I shouldn't have lost the Stalker, really. Whack-a-Roach. This one took me possibly 30 goes. It took me ages. I even had to go and get a break. Just to get myself to work it and do it better. Obviously I play Protoss, so I'm going to blame that on my lack of Zerg Micro. But here you burrow, make sure they burrow and they regen when they burrowed, so just get them up. The way to actually do it is coming up, and this one I obviously failed because I'm nowhere near. After I've killed this bunker, I've still got all the 4 Marines to kill, and there's the fairly strict time limit on this. Trial and error should see you through though. I'm just letting it here. I was hoping here that it would burn out. If there was no time limit, you could just obviously let it burn, and that would do damage, and then you could just regen forever. But unfortunately not this time. Composing myself before this one, clearly. Okay. It's weird timing, especially since I'm not used to dealing with roaches. It's weird how there is like half a second as they're burrowing where they can still take damage, so you have to take that into effect. So basically when they're on 2 bars burrow, we can get away with it when they're on 1 as long as you're really quick. But and just regen them. Make sure you really want 2 of them always shooting, and you don't want to lose any. If you lose any, restart. Basically, you're not going to do enough damage in the time. Ideally, you want to take out the bunker and then let it burn a bit as you regen, and then come out. And that's generally where I did it. It was just practice. So here we go. You go down. You come up. Down. Get in there. They regen so fast. It's unbelievable. Such a good unit. I think that Imber. Here we go, down. 27 seconds left, 3 roaches remaining. Do I do it this time? Let's see. I know, right? Doing this in one take. Can you tell? Come on. Yeah, I do it this time. So there you are. As long as you keep all 3 and you sort of make sure you need to get the building burning, and then you can regen for longer, then pop out again. Round 10, and this is where I'm going to stop after this one. After 15 minutes I'd had enough for one session. I might do the rest. I could do the rest. If I get bored of laddering, I'll do the rest. Or attempt them anyway. This one also, it was the roach one, and this one I think took me the most goes. And I should be good at this because I play Protoss. But it's making sure you split the roaches with the force field in the right way. You have to make sure you also stay away from the edge. See, that's a terrible force field, so I've lost this. I lost my sentry, so that's going to die really quick here. You need to keep them at bay so that the DPS isn't too overwhelming. And obviously you're melee, so you're just going to take hits from the ones at the back. Okay, let's go. It gives you time to hotkey and get yourself sorted out. So force field, go. I'm going to lose the sentry here, but it doesn't matter. See here, the ones at the bottom can't shoot me at all. So as long as you get in that situation, you'll get basically fine. Like, I took some damage there, and I probably shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have been taking damage there. It doesn't matter though. It's actually more lenient than you think. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but it's more lenient than you think. As long as you make sure you don't take too much initial damage, and you split them up at the bottom. Then you get an achievement for doing the first 10, and that's where I leave you for this JaM sandwich. More stuff coming soon.